What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? This is El Diablo Mexicano, bringing you the latest in Killing Floor 2 news. So today I have a bit of a treat for y'all, because Tripwire a couple days ago just gave out their latest update. And this is all about the 2 new maps we're going to be seeing in the next update, which I believe is going to be the summer update. Now, I'm super stoked about them. They look great. We have a couple pictures to show you. We also have a voice clipping. And before I get into that, though, to explain them and kind of link them all together, I want to first be talking about a new game mode that's be coming out. So, let's get the show started. To begin, I am very happy to say that Objective Mode has finally made it into Killing Floor 2. For those of you who have not played the original Killing Floor, the Objective Mode was kind of like an additional mode towards the regular wave-based game that we all come to love in Killing Floor. Much like the name suggests, you would have a certain amount of objectives you have to complete in order to beat the game, instead of just surviving all 4, 7, or 10 waves and killing the Patriarch. Instead, it was you'd pop in and you'd have different things to do. Focusing on Steamland in particular, to kind of give you an idea, you arrived in the park and you got contacted by a guy named Ringmaster Lockheart. He'd have you kill off the first wave of Zeds, which is what we've come to learn and expect. It's basic stuff for Killing Floor. But then he'd have you go find power boxes, and you had to go weld those together, kind of help restore electricity to the park. After that, you'd go meet him inside, and you had to heal him and escort him to a little safe spot, and he'd walk around with you. Then he would tell you that there's gold hidden in the park, and he wants you to go find it. So off you'd go to these little vaults, crack open the safe, and unweld them, then boom, grab the gold, and bring it back to Lockheart. And what was so cool about this, it kind of told a story. And this is something that some people have been asking for, is that they wanted Killing Floor to tell a bit of a story, because this game is not a single-player game. You don't have a story mode. And so it's kind of cool seeing this aspect in Killing Floor 2, and I really personally enjoyed it. And now this all builds up to the audio clip that I mentioned earlier. So Tripwire did provide an audio clip, and we'll be sharing it right now.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard the HMS Queen Victoria!
So as I was theorizing in my last video, it is now confirmed that we do have another Steam map coming. Now, it's not Steamland, Lockheart is back, and this time he's going to be coming to a map called Airship. So this is when we're going to be kind of up in the skies, because when we last saw Lockheart, he kind of left us for dead with the Patriarch in Killing Floor 1, just kind of took off in his airship. So now when we come back to him, he's going to be flying around his airship, and it looks like we're going to have to basically help him fight off the Zeds inside the airship. Personally, this is probably my favorite of the 2 maps, because I love the steampunk aspects in Killing Floor, and I cannot wait to see it come down to the sequel. So I'm super, super excited about this. I cannot wait to play this map. The one I was mentioning earlier, that Killing Floor 2 is going to be having objective mode, they're going to be having a objective mode style survival map. So what this means entirely is I don't know if it means it's going to be its own thing for objective mode, or if they're going to have objective mode tie in with the regular standard maps. And so the 2 objectives that Tripwire mentioned that's going to be in here are going to be welding, repairing, and then operating and controlling. So it's much similar to the very first game where you had to repair the power boxes. I'm assuming that's what weld and repair is going to be. For operating control, I do not know. I don't know if Killing Floor 2 has the mechanics for us to steer and drive around a giant airship, but if so, that's kind of fucking awesome to think about. Now this all leads to a couple concerns that I personally have for the future of Killing Floor 2. If Tripwire decides to make objective mode its own thing, I think that's super cool. I loved objective mode back in the first game. I thought it was very cool. I thought it was unique. I thought it was fun to do. But now we have a shit ton of options to do in Killing Floor 2, and I think we have way too many options. We have the regular standard survival mode, where you jump in on any of the difficulties, and you either survive a 4, 7, or 10 wave onslaught of Zeds coming at you. And that's the basic Killing Floor. We have that. Then they introduced Holdout, which was with Nightmare, Power Core, and the Descent. And now that was the close quarters changing map, which was fun, but again, it's a different style. After that, we had the progression style map, which was seen in Krampus Lair. Again, fun map. You kind of went through a little, not really story, but you kind of went through and traveled through Krampus's lair. And then after that, we now had Endless Mode, which was released with Dissection this past update. Already, that's 4 different modes. And I just think that Tripwire might be getting way too ahead of themselves, as with the introduction of a new objective mode, that'll be 5 different ways of playing the game. And to me, that's way too many maps to be pumping out. Because standard mode, they have the most amount of maps. So we're going to have people complaining saying, hey, we want more of the other maps. Okay, fine, but then let's say the next updates only have progression and endless mode maps. Then people are going to be complaining about standard. I just think right now, at this moment, Tripwire is, I think they're spreading themselves way too thin. So I think they need to kind of take a step back and figure out which maps they want to be focusing on. And while I love the standard maps, if they want to decide that they don't want to be focusing on standard style maps, then I think they need to decide that now. Because like I said, I personally think that Tripwire is now getting into an area where they'll be spreading themselves way too thin because they're trying to do way too many things all at once for just one game. And finally, the last map that we'll be getting is indeed called Lockdown, which was created by the community member Rewire. Looking at the map Lockdown, you'll be traveling in space and you'll be orbiting a giant red planet. So think of Containment Station. This map will definitely be borrowing some themes from that map because both of them are in space. Now the cool thing about Lockdown is that it's a community map, and so you can already download this one off of the Steam Workshop. So I'll be providing a link in the description below so you can try to find it and download it yourselves. Now we'll be providing a bit of gameplay footage, like some brief couple minutes of it when I was running around exploring the map, just so you can kind of look around and get a feel from it. There's definitely a lot of, because it's a Killing Floor 2 map and you have like so much textures, there's a lot of borrowed textures from other maps like Biotics Lab, Containment Station, that kind of thing. But overall, I enjoyed this map. It was really cool. I liked exploring it. You could find cryogenic chambers. They had like a hydroponics feel, so I think kind of like Dead Space when you're running around that level. It was really, really cool seeing this map, and so congrats on Rewire for having his map get chosen to put into the actual game. I think it looks beautiful. And without further ado, here's the bit of gameplay footage that I was able to capture from it.
Game time! Let's get pour it on! Reloading!
Glad to see you made it through. Make for the pod and gear up. You got out unscathed. Très bien.
It's a bloody world come to.
Hurry up. Zeds are getting closer. Pod's closed. Go make a difference.
Bang on target!
Final choices, people. Enemies on the scope. Last chance. I have to power down the pod.
There we go.
All dead on the scope. Back to the prison.
Turns my stomach.
And so there you have it. That is going to be the basic look of what Lockdown is going to be looking like in the upcoming summer update. Again, as I was saying earlier, I enjoyed this map. I thought it was very fun to run around and explore in. Personally, I love the cryogenics chambers. I wish there was a little bit more, something to do with that, but that's just my opinion. But other than that, looking at comparisons between what Rewire has and what Tripwire has done to the map and the picture provided, we can see that's going to be a little bit of a darker atmosphere. Just kind of typical stuff I've seen in the last couple of community updates, where it's just going to be polishing up some of the textures, working on that kind of thing, adding in collectibles. So I personally cannot wait to play this, cannot wait to see what Tripwire is going to be doing to the map to polish up a little bit. But other than that, I will be providing a poll right here. So please let me know and give it a little vote. Which of the two maps are you most excited for? Are you excited for the Airship with Lockhart, or are you more excited for the community map Lockdown? Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is all the time I have for today's video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a like, and if you did not, give it a dislike and let me know in the comments of why you didn't like it. Other than that, I hope you guys are just as excited as I am for these two new maps. I think both Airship and Lockdown have a lot of potential being great maps, so I cannot wait to play them. On that note, please don't forget about that poll I put out earlier. I do want to see what you guys are most excited for. Personally, I'm excited for Airship, but not everyone may be as excited for Airship as I am. I love the steampunk feel. Not everyone has to like that steampunk feel. So again, let me know in the comments below and in the poll of which of the two maps you're most excited for. And as a final note, speaking of polls, Tripwire did put out another community poll about a couple weeks ago. I brought it up in my last couple videos, so if you have not done so already, I would highly recommend you jumping in and voting. For those who do not know, these votes are basically to select which weapons we want to see coming out in the next update. So not the summer one, but the following after that, the winter update, if we're going off what Tripwire has done in the past. These things will include like the weapons like the axe, the M32 grenade launcher. I want to say the Tommy gun also is added. So jump on, see which of the 5 weapons you want to choose from, and which ones you think you really want to see come in and do Killing Floor 2. Other than that, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you guys have a great rest of your weekend and a great rest of your week. Take it easy, guys. Later.